welcome to the Bountiful Farmhouse. I am Mindy, and today we're going to do some seeding, more seeding than I had planned. I was initially just going to do some cabbage and peppers, but lessons learned from last year, all of the brassicas bolted really early in the season, and I want to extend that this year. So I'm going to plant them, I'm going to seed them up, hopefully give them a little bit of a start before we put them into the ground. Hopefully end of March, 1st of April, and just give them a little bit of help that way. Also, I'm going to experiment with this sweet potato. So we already have some in the greenhouse that we cut and are hoping that we'll get some slips off of those, but I'm going to plant this whole potato into some dirt, keep it moist, and see if we can get some slips off of that as well. I'm just going to try to see which one works better. So I like using the peat pots to do my peppers in, really everything, because you can just plant them right into the ground, and this will dissolve and add a little more compost into the soil for you. So I'll be doing the peppers in these, and the cabbages in a little bit smaller ones because they're going to go out a lot earlier. Peppers are not going to go out until probably after Mother's Day, and so I'm going to pot them. I don't want to repot them. I don't like disturbing the roots. I know that there's people that will start small and keep potting up. I've never done that, and I haven't had bad luck with doing just what I'm doing, so I'm hoping that that luck stays with us, and we'll just keep on the process that I know. I'm going to add some boiling water to our dirt mix. It just helps to kill bacteria. Also, the moisture helps to give the seeds a little bit of a better germination rate. Oh, I love that smell. Just mix it in, get your soil. You want it kind of clumpy but still loose. I don't know if there's research or anything done, but I just like to wet my pot a little bit before I put the soil in, because it just helps hold the moisture of what I'm already putting in there. This spray has a little bit of I believe it's called Neptune's Nature in it, like not even a full cap into this. It's a fertilizer, and so I'm just going to use it to kind of wet these plants. I've been using this water to keep the onions moist while they're in their stages before they go outside. These came with the pots that I ordered, the peat pots, and Ferry Morse again is who I ordered through. I like to use them from year to year because they're easy, they're great markers. I use a pencil. The pencil seems to work, it doesn't wash off, and I can clean them up and use them from year to year. So we're going to start with peppers, and I'm going to start with just the regular ones. These are the bell peppers, and so I'm going to pull out a few of those, and then I'll do the hot peppers after that. What I put on each label, each little plant stick here, is the date to germination. So I'm going to look on my packet, and it shows 7 to 10 days. How deep I need to plant them and all of that, and then the type. So I'm going to put 7 to 10. I'm going to put the date that I planted, which today is the, I don't know. Today is the 12th. So I'm going to put the date that I planted and then the type of pepper. I'm just going to go, okay. I'm going to put that in my pot. And I usually do, these are last year's seeds, so I usually do 3 to a container. That way hopefully one will sprout. And if they all sprout, then I can share with family and friends. Just going to wet the tops. The tray that I have underneath all of these, it does not have holes in it. That way, as these start getting roots, I can water them from the bottom up, as well as keep the top of them a little bit wet as well. You don't want to water from bottom up until they start having a root system to grab that water. But once they do, you really want to do the bottom up. It builds a stronger root system before you get them transplanted out into your garden. Nature's Neptune smells exactly what you think it would smell like. It's fish and kelp and all kinds of good stuff, and that's exactly what it smells like. So you don't want to do this. Last year we did it in the house in the basement, had a nice odor for a while, but this year it's out in the greenhouse. We're going to move on to Brassicas. Again, they bolted really fast last year, and because Bountiful has what they call a medium grow season, we're a little bit shorter because of we stay colder longer and get colder earlier, and so we have a shortened season that way. I'm going to try to jump start all my Brassicas by planting them now from seeds instead of direct sowing them. And so I'm going to start with some Swiss chard. I have 2 different types here, and then moving on to other types. But again, I'm just trying to give them a little bit of a head start this year so that we can enjoy them a little bit longer into the season. All right, so this wraps up our seeding of the Brassicas and the peppers and our experimental sweet potato. As you can see, the onions they're doing okay. I think they've only been sprouting for a couple of weeks, so we're going to hope that those just continue. That wraps up February's planting, and then a couple of weeks from now I'll be doing tomatoes and I think a few other things, and then the rest is just in-ground planting. We're hoping that the snow will go away and that spring will soon arrive, and then we can get those boxes filled and ready and prepped and seeded for spring planting. So thanks again for joining us. This is the Bountiful Farmhouse. If you like what you see, please subscribe, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them for us. We'd love to hear from you.